Hello and a very good evening to you. How are you guys out there? I hope you're well and all set for a fun evening this evening. I mean, what can I say? I mean, I've got a fabulous chap coming back onto the show. His name is Jamuna Jivana, and he was on probably about 5 months ago, and such an entertaining guy and a very interesting show. So we decided we've got to have him back for a Christmas special and discuss all things spiritual, all things about Hare Krishna, and all the things that which amaze me. I mean, some of the stuff that Jamuna comes out with there opens one's awareness. And there'd be lots of humour, and there'd be lots of fun, lots of gossip, lots of talking. And before that, though, we're going to just do the title music just a second. But before that, though, how are you? You look well. You look well. Yes, I think you're ready to just put your feet up, smoke your pipe, put your slippers put your pipe on and smoke your slippers and have a great evening. How's that? So we'll start off like that. How's that? And yes, enjoy your day. Season's greetings to you all. I hope you're getting a bit more festive. You'll probably see the cafe getting a bit more festive over the next couple of shows or so, getting all ready for the Christmas season. And as we go through this show, and just give you more information as well, this show is going to go on for about an hour or so. And tomorrow I'm joined by the fabulous Guillemar. Guillemar is the psychologist and astrologer. She joins us on the show on a Wednesday. And just to keep your heads up there. And then on Friday, at 8 o'clock, which is in Spain time, 7 o'clock UK, I'm joined by Helen Grady. So looking forward to that. That should be a fun time. And okay, any other details I think you need? I think that's about it. I'm gonna go and find Jamuna. He's actually in the green room. He's in the green room, but he's having cakes, coffees, teas, everything you go, because we like to spoil people in the studio, and so he's doing that. But just before we bring him on, guys, this is what we'd like to do during the show. We need you to share the show. We need you to like it, share it, do whatever you need to do, but please share it. It's free, so just hit the share button down that side of your screen, and that'd be great. Shanina comes on. Hello, Shanina. Lovely to see you, as does Kathy Flannery in USA. Lovely to see you too. Okay, so this is what we need you to do. Well, we dragged Jamuna out of the studio and he is joining us now. So good evening, Jamuna. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you, Phil. Happy to be here. But
good.
I must add, I brought the cake, by the way.
You brought the cake. It's a very nice cake. Yeah. Yes, it's rather yummy. If you'd like some, just pop into the cafe here and you're more than welcome to have some. How's that? Would you like that, guys? Fantastic. Okay, so you were on the show. We go back on the show there probably, I think it was August last time we did this show, isn't it?
Yeah, summertime.
Yes.
It was summertime.
It was summertime. And it's fabulous because it's so engaging. You've got people so interested in what you do and what your belief system is and how we go along there, that we decided we've got to get you back and start talking about your subjects there. And I know you've got lots of things to show us. I've got some pictures here on the side screen here to bring onto the screen shortly. And but yeah, okay. So we were talking there before we came on the show. We talked about the past few weeks. We talked about various different things. And one of the topics here, which has got people very, very interested. In fact, I'm just, this is what we do, guys. Look, Susanna here, she says, I've shared it. Thank you, Susanna. We much appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. And Tonya is pink, 71167, still single. That's it, because it means you're available. That's good, isn't it? I know you don't want to hear it that way, but we're just saying that we'll get Santa to get you something there to wish. Anyway, good. So, and also Susanna's saying hello, and everybody else saying hello there. Fantastic. Okay, so maybe you've got some questions you want to know about Hare Krishna. We got Sri Harry Das. He was coming and says, evening all. Fantastic. Lovely to have you on the show. And we've got Helen Graham here as well saying good evening. That's fantastic. And Purple, can you answer what the funny going things are that are happening in the house? Yes, that's probably Santa getting ready for the moment. Sorry, too much wrong humour, I know, but you'll never know. We'll go along that as we go through the evening. And right, so we're discussing them because there's a call that you were saying that sometimes the Hare Krishnas use a shell to do a call. What is this?
Yeah, right. This is a conch shell.
A what shell?
A conch.
A conch.
Don't ask me what a conch is.
Okay, I haven't got a clue.
I've said the conch obviously lives in there at some
point. Conch shell.
So this is a conch shell. If you look on the front of a very famous book called the Bhagavad Gita, which translated actually means the song of God, right? Gita means song. Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. So it's the teachings that Krishna gave Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So there was a big battle when he gave these teachings, but Krishna was the chariot driver for Arjuna. And before the battle started, like all battles, they would blast the conch shell. And it's used in worship as well. When the curtains open in the morning for the deities, there's a little blast of the conch shell. It's very auspicious. And we're going to try and give this a little blast now.
I can't wait. This is fantastic.
Auspiciousness to the show.
Hold on to your ears. Is this going to be loud?
It might be, yeah.
It's going to be loud. It's going to be loud. So therefore, hold on to your ears. My dog's coming. Batchy's on the charge. The dog's like, that is really amazing. I wasn't expecting any of that. I thought it was just going to be a noise, and that was it.
And we've got the little bell. Every time the bell rings, an angel gets his wings. Love that film.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? So there we go. We just want to say thank you. And we have a horn too, similar to this. We have a horn similar. Yes, and it goes like this. There you go. Quite a hunting horn, but there we go. Hey, what are you going on about? My dog's barking now because of the calling. Yes, so he's going mad. Yes, I think I might have to ask Medusa to get him downstairs. May have to in a minute. Anyway, and it goes a lovely noise. So that sounds like, because every time when I was in the forces, you used to have a sound that you say you're going into battle. So that's one of them. I never knew one of those shells you could blow down and it would be so noisy.
Yeah, I didn't either. They're great. I really like them.
Yes.
You know, pull that out of the pocket on the beach, and it's a real kind of like, oh, what's he doing?
Yeah. How to wake your partner up first thing in the morning?
Yeah, I'll just go down for an early morning swim at sunrise. Little blast on the conch shell.
Yes.
And take your swim.
I think you need to go for a swim because she's going to chuck you in the pool anyway for doing that. Yeah. Never mind. Okay, so we're also here. I've just got some of your pictures here that you sent through that you would like to go and discuss there. And
let me have a look before you start putting them up. Okay. I've sent you pictures that are relative to things that I'm going to talk about.
Magic, great.
So that's
okay.
Fun.
I've got several pictures.
In fact, you can just put the pictures up, and then that'll bring up the that'll remind me of what I was thinking of talking about.
Okay, right. Is that a magic? Otherwise, we haven't got a clue. Never mind. No, we do.
It's all spontaneous.
It is. It's a great way to be, isn't it? Very good. Okay, look. Maria says, thank God I don't have a partner. Is that because he's blown one of those horns too many times? Oh dear. Anyway, there you go. Right. Okay, so let's go have a look here. Now, people were asking about this, and I think it's absolutely fascinating subject. I was a navigator. I used to work in navigation on a submarine. And, of course, we looked at the world as being curved or round. But you're saying it isn't. You're saying it's flat. Is that right?
Yeah. But
so
this is right. This is so if you get a globe Earth, yeah, and just if you can imagine pulling it out from the South Pole. So this is the South Pole.
Yes.
Which is an ice wall. So but according to the Vedic teachings,
no, it doesn't work that way. I'll go back to that way. Yep.
Each universe is a bubble floating in what's known as the casual ocean. So there's a form of Krishna called Mahavishnu, and he goes and meditates in a corner of the spiritual universe. While he's meditating, all of these tiny little bubbles come out of his skin,
Yes.
which are our universes, right? So as he breathes out,
Yes.
all the universes are manifest,
Yes.
and then as he breathes in, all the universe are dissolved. And so everything stops, all our karma, everything stops, goes back into Mahavishnu, and then when he breathes out and the creation starts again, all the jivas, all the living entities that still hadn't finished their karma, then the creation starts again, and then off we go again till we become perfected souls, karma free, and then we can go and live eternally in the spiritual realm.
Okay, so that's a little bit like spirituality, where you come back in reincarnation and reincarnation.
Well, yeah, I mean, Hindu is total reincarnation. It's all about reincarnation, and it's interspecies reincarnation as well. But a lot of people think you just come back as a human, but
you don't. No,
exactly.
I agree with you.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of depends how you live. If you live a very animalistic lifestyle, then chances are you're going to get an animal's body for your next life. And it's not even a punishment. It's just like, the universe is supplying you with what you're desiring.
Now, here's something to get your head around as well, because I looked at this a lot through past life regression and working spiritually with people. And I think this is such an interesting subject because you go on for days with this. I mean, it's great to have an evening meal conversation with this. The only thing is the food goes cold because you don't eat it.
It's all right if you've got salad, which I mostly eat these days anyway.
But because sometimes when you go into, when you end this life, it doesn't necessarily mean you go on to a future life. It could mean that if time is omnipresent, you go back sometimes to the past and live a life there.
Well, yeah. Don't forget, there's innumerable universes that are at different stages as well. So, there's different. You can take birth in any of those universes.
Okay. And I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. And also,
I'm not arguing.
Also, I think there's enough. I think there's enough exploratory theosophies that it doesn't mean to say here that you're going to come back as a human, animal, or even living on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, there's exactly. I mean, there's some people, their behaviour is so bad that they're so awful, and you think to yourself, worm in stall is what comes to mind. So, there's a suitable birth for everybody depending on their actions.
So you're saying what karma is now is what we've got to watch out for the future, for the next life.
Yeah, karma. You've got karma coming from previous lives, and we're creating karma for our future lives as well.
I think that's very true, because as we go, this is the journey, isn't it? This is a journey of souls, moving from one life to another. And each life we transcend to, we're bringing back something from the life we just led.
Yeah.
Unless we clear it up.
Exactly.
So
I mean, it's just like a big school of life.
It is, isn't it?
And we just keep coming back, getting trained till we learn how to live in a certain way, so that we fit in the spiritual realm. You can't have a load of people that are misbehaving in a place where everybody behaves in a certain way. It's like a club. To enter into the club, you have to be of a certain caliber. So,
well, that is like the audience here. You're all of a certain caliber.
Absolutely.
You're wonderful people. You don't misbehave, do you? So, festivals, things like this. We're coming up to Christmas. What about Hare Krishna? Does Hare Krishna celebrate the festivity of Christmas?
Yeah, I think one of those pictures is Krishna dressed up as Santa.
Yeah. Shanina says, I think this is very nice. The big school of life. Yep, there she is. There she is. Harry Christmas. Harry Christmas. Oh, dear.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, Hindus, when the Christian missionaries went to India and taught the Hindus about Jesus, and because I spoke to Christians about this in the past, and they said that they'd go back a month later, and instead of, Jesus would just be up on the altar with everybody else.
Okay.
He wasn't throwing their old gods out. So, it's Hindus embrace all forms of religion.
Now that's interesting, isn't it? Because you meet other religions which are just fixed on theirs, and that's it. And you meet spirituality, and spirituality is open to everything. It's open to understanding, but the main thing is focusing on the self. But you do that as well, don't you, Hare Krishna? It's about the self, worshipping, but taking care of yourself, nurturing. I mean, there's about 5 topics I should think you could say: love thyself, love thy neighbour, do good things through your heart, and all religions would say roughly the same. So, what's the difference then between, say, Hare Krishna and a Western religion, perhaps?
I think I think that there's that all religious sort of all religions are roads leading to the same destination.
Okay.
Right, but just some of them are taking a slightly longer route, and I would just say that in my opinion, having looked at everything, being brought up as a Catholic and a Christian, and being brought up in the West as a Christian, the Krishna consciousness thing. It kind of, we embrace it. We embrace and respect everything.
Siri Hari Das, focus on the self. Yes, that really is a major aspect of spiritual. Absolutely, because if you focus on yourself and you focus through, and I think modern focusing now is working through the heart. And we've been talking throughout 2020, especially in astrology, in spirituality, in mediumship, all these things here, that if we now stop thinking through our heads and actually start feeling through our hearts, we actually then start to really connect with ourselves.
Yeah.
And we then connect with people who we're supposed to be with, rather than sometimes trying to exist externally, trying to keep everyone else happy, but you're not happy. Trying to do, people are saying now, and I agree with this, that the frequency of life has changed. Because once upon a time, it was very masculine. And perhaps it was like a frequency going backwards and forwards. And now it's more feminine. Maybe the energy is going up and down. But more people are turning to more of a feminine way. And one of the ways I've noticed it is a lot of guys, especially, are saying that they don't want to work burnout hours. They want to spend more time with their partners, their families. They want to nurture family time. And men are adapting to it quite well. However, we've got to let go of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
I think definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But how do we let go of fear?
Okay. Well, one of the worst ways I'd say here is through trust, but trusting yourself. If you're working through your heart, you'll know your vibration, what you're picking up in life and what you're connecting with. I think then you would know. And it's often a thing, isn't it? We are more capable of doing things than what we know. For example, you think you're only capable of walking or running a mile when no one's measured the distance you ran, but then you run 4. They think, no, that was a mile. No, it wasn't. That was 4. You can always go beyond your distance of what you think you're capable of doing.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Srila Prabhupada, the guy that brought Krishna consciousness to the West originally, one of his early books was called The Science of Self-Realization.
Oh, wow.
So, what Krishna consciousness is, first, it's like, they say on the plane, right, if we come into an air pocket and the mask come down, put your mask on first, because you can't save everybody, you can't save anyone else till you save yourself. So,
yes.
I mean, that's the basic truth. You need to sort yourself out first, and then once you've sorted yourself out, then you can help other people.
Yes, and I think if you're doing that, that's fantastic. I think we're going along that road there. So, Krishna, so when you're with Christianity, you celebrate like Jesus, you celebrate God. What happens with Hare Krishna?
There's always something to celebrate. I mean, there's practically there's practically something going on every day. There's either some saint or a demigod. There's 33 million demigods.
What?
33 million demigods, basically. So they're in control of all the different things. I mean, Ganesh he's in control. He's the administrator. So that's why so many people pray to Ganesh, because he is the administrator. He says who gets what. He deals it all out. A lot of people pray to Shiva.
Yes, yes, okay.
And there's so many demigods. They're in charge of all the different processes that human beings have to do. There's a demigod that's in control of that. So when you think you need to go for a wee, there's a demigod that's in control of that. When you think, so all these
How
processes that you think, or the ones that seem to be happening automatically, there's a demigod that's in charge of that somewhere.
So what about like, for example, here, because I believe in this, that if you're, you've got these gods, if you're working and you're doing things for the good, do those gods bring you like a fortune or like something like this? For instance, you work well on your karma. Do the gods then bring you something to harness your power to do something, to give celebration?
I think with Hinduism, there's a specific ways of worshipping specific gods to get specific, very exact results.
Okay.
So there's a process that the girls would go and bathe in a river at a certain day, offering flowers to the Ganges at a certain moon, so that they would get a good husband and stuff like that. There's so many different rituals and worships.
Okay, brilliant. We're just getting questions. We're getting things for people. They're saying that they shared it. Sandra Canini says hello. Very good evening to you. And okay, so Maria Shannon says, who's the demigod for karma?
The demigod for karma.
So is there
I don't know. Maybe Shri can help with that, right? Because the thing is, when I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know karma's an energy. I'm not sure who's actually in control of the energy of karma. Maybe Shri Hari can help. But when you become a Hare Krishna, then you don't have ordinary karma. So when you become a Hare Krishna, then Krishna personally takes an interest in you.
Oh.
And he deals, and your karma then is called Krishna karma, which is a different type of karma to what people who are not worshipping Krishna experience.
And you notice that straight away?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think things do start happening. I mean, in the early days, it's very reciprocative. Really crazy things happen, and you're like, oh my God, this is definitely the real thing. This is definitely for me. And then after the real crazy things and almost like miracles, real mad things, coincidences, and all that happens, then it all gets taken away for a little while.
Okay.
And then you're just there doing the hardcore chanting and praying, but you're not really feeling anything. Almost like it's a little test. Well, I've shown you where I am, how I am, how to connect with me. Now let's see how keen you are.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Because if you believe in something, you're passionate about something, it works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tonya says that I'm living in India. Okay, I thought that you were living down the south of Spain. So have you moved? That's interesting. And are you doing anything out there to do with Hare Krishna or Hinduism, anything like that? Okay. Okay. No bad karma comes back quick. Good karma takes a while. I agree with that. Maria, I think that's a big point to make.
Look, some people have so much bad karma, they can't even fit it all in one life.
That sounds hilarious. Oh dear. There's a lot going on there.
And, actually, you don't want any karma. You don't want good karma. You don't want bad karma, because karma's binding. Karma's what binds us to the material world. So if we had good karma, it's just as bad as bad karma, because it's a binding. It's a binding thing. So we're, as Hare Krishnas, we try to have no karma.
So, okay, but you have Krishna karma when Krishna takes over, and you have a Krishna karma in that respect. And Shanina says, I liked this. Okay, karma can't be good or bad, not dual. Okay, karma can't be good or bad, not dual. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, no, I like doing good, says Maria. She's right. Okay, Vishnu is the overseer of karma. This is interesting. Thank you very much.
See, I don't think I didn't have Shri in the background for nothing. He's a little bit knowledgeable than me.
That's fantastic.
I'm just very common fella. I just know the basics. That's it.
Well, no. I think you know a bit more than that, because a lot of the things that you talk about are interesting. So, what about beads? What's the beads in Hinduism? What do we have? What is the purpose of having?
All right,
beads?
so I've got this bead bag. It's very dirty because I use it a lot. The reason we keep our beads in these bead bags, and I'll take the beads out, but we keep them in to keep them clean and so they don't touch the floor.
Okay. Okay. Right. I think actually that there's. Wow. Wow.
So
You say the bead bag.
that's my chanting beads.
Okay.
And so basically,
They're huge.
this is the head bead. This represents Krishna. And then all of these, there's 108 beads on this strand, and they represent the gopis. These were Krishna's girlfriends that had an intimate friendship with Krishna. Right?
How many of you guys out there have 108 girlfriends in your life?
He had 16,108 wives as well when he lived in.
That's a busy man.
When he was a king.
That's a busy man.
Yeah, when he was a king. But when he was a king, he expanded himself into 16,108 different husbands.
Okay.
But then there's also 16,108 gopis. These 108 represent the principal gopis. So there's another 16,000 gopis that when he does this a thing called the Rasa dance.
Okay.
Which is very intimate and it's very secret and I shouldn't really be sharing it with you.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. We want this, don't we? We want this.
So the Rasa dance, the Rasa dance is the ultimate exchange between a human being and God, basically. There's no higher love than what goes on between Krishna and the gopis in the Rasa dance.
Okay. Okay. So you say it's intimate. Is this all to do with the relationships that you have?
Yeah. So there's 5 different types of relationships that you can have with God, basically.
Okay.
And I wrote them down earlier. I'm just going to slip to the green room because that's where I left my bag. And
We're just open up. Hopefully
I won't fall over.
The staff are there anyway. They help you out.
Oh, have you got? Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Good. There. Thank you very much. I'll just let's see if we just top up your coffee there just before you do that. That's right. Hopefully you got that. Is
fantastic.
That right?
That's great.
There, your Monomarker.
Oh, cheers.
Okay, right, good. There you go. This is an interesting show. This is an interesting show. Okay, great. So, what have we got here?
I don't know. For a minute then, I thought it was my shopping list, but no, it's actually the right thing.
Oh dear. Okay, there's an angel.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Oh, that's lovely. They go. How do you they get?
So right, you got Shantabhav, which is loving God as the source of creation.
Okay.
Right? God is wonderful, he's the source of creation. I love God because of that. Then you have Dashabhav, which is loving God from the position of a servant.
Yep. Okay.
Right? Then you have Sakyabhav, which is loving God like your friend. You don't even know that he's God.
Okay.
He's your mate. You
just
go out, you have fun, you play games, you go to the river, you swim, all that stuff. Sakyabhav, loving God as a friend. Then you've got Vatsalabhav, because a lot of people love to be parents.
Okay.
They actually really, really love being parents. So in the spiritual realm, there's people that are eternally Krishna parents, and he takes the place of their child. He becomes their child so that they can be his parents. So they're eternal parents in the spiritual realm. That's
okay. I know a lot of people love being parents. A lot of people just are quite happy being on their own.
And then obviously the ultimate is to have a relationship with God as a lover, like the gopis do. I mean, the soul basically is female by nature.
Okay, so if you're male, you're quids in.
So the soul is female by nature. We're all female by nature. We may be in male bodies, but the soul is feminine by nature. There's only one true male, and that's God.
Okay.
Right? And then all the other souls are feminine by nature.
That's interesting though, because a lot of people now say that modern religions now look at God as just being not sex orientated at all.
Now that's a different thing altogether. Yeah, because there's two schools of thought in India, right? You've got the first school of thought is God is an energy who's able to manifest personalities.
Okay.
And he manifests different avatars, Buddha, this one, that one, Vishnu, and then Krishna. So God is an energy that manifests different entities. And then the other version is God is a person with mystical energies.
Like we do as spiritual mediums and things like this, connecting in that way.
Yeah, so God is a person with mystical energies rather than he's an energy that can take form as... So some people believe God's an energy that can take personal form, and some people believe that God's a person with incredible mystical powers.
Okay. We got other people coming here. Madhuvrat.
Das. Hello, Madhuvrat.
Okay, very entertaining, informative being in your virtual cafe. Love Jamuna. He speaks in a way that really connects with everyone. Yes, you certainly do. Yeah, so
you.
Let's give you a little. Fantastic. Another angel. Fantastic.
Madhavrat's great. Madhavrat's a really good friend of mine, and he had a very, very intimate relationship with my guru Dave. He travelled with my guru for 5 years. So he was really in everywhere. They went everywhere. And when my guru Dave left these earthly pastimes, I spent a lot of time with Madhavrat because he would tell me so much stuff about my guru. So it really felt like I wasn't missing. For the first few years, I spent so much time with Madhavrat. He told me so many stories about all the different experiences. And whatever situation comes up, Madhavrat will suddenly go, yes, this happened once with Guru Dave, and he decided he did this and he did that. So he's always got a Guru Dave solution. He's always got a Guru Dave solution for any problem. Any problem that ever comes up, Madhavrat's the man with the solution. Oh, Guru Dave would have dealt with it in this way or that way.
There you go. He's the man to go to.
Yes.
Madhavrat. Okay, thank you very much for coming on. Lovely to see you on the show. Thank you for joining us. Okay, right. So we're halfway through the show. And let's have a look at some of the other pictures here. You got
let's get back to the flat Earth because I only gave you a very, very small glimpse.
You did.
Let's get rid of that picture, and there's another picture that looks like a bubble.
And let's have a look. I don't know if I've got that one.
I think you. Oh no, that's the one. Give a little flash of that one. I think that's the one with the bubbles.
Is that the one?
No, that's the one that was just up.
Oh, that one. I got it. Sorry about this. Just, yes. Here we go. How is that? Look at that. What a picture.
There you go.
Wow. Right, we'll just bring that down a little bit.
And then can you have more than one picture up at one time or not?
Yeah, but you'll block us out altogether.
What if you put it just above there?
Okay, which one?
The one with the Vishnu, with the blue, with the lots of bubbles.
Now I did see that. So I think it's that one.
Yes, I think you're right.
Oh, yeah, is that the one?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to stick that up there. Okay, and look, we've even got it in line. How's that?
Perfect.
How's that? Is that nice?
Can you make it a little bit bigger, maybe?
I can. There we go. Can you all see that, guys?
Right.
What you can do, guys, if you want to, especially if you go onto YouTube, which is still there, or on Cafe Clairvoyance, whatever you want to go and do, you can on Facebook rather, you can put this up onto your big television screen. So back it through there, and you can see all this. Anyway, but what we'll do, if you talk about one at a time, then what I can do, I can enlarge one over the other.
Well, the top picture I've already spoken about, but you can enlarge that.
Thank you very much.
This is Mahavishnu meditating, and all of the universes are coming out the pores of his skin.
Wow.
Innumerable universes, all of those bubbles. And in each universe, if we go back to the other picture.
Right, so I just get the technical person there to right, hang on, I'm gonna have to come on now, go into the front on the bike. Right, what I'll do,
get rid of that.
I'll get rid of that one.
In
fact, I'll shrink that one down right down there over to there, and let's make this nice and big. Okay, here we go. Right, how's that one there?
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda Brown says, yes, we can see that both of you. Amanda Brown, how lovely to see you on the show. Lovely lady. Amanda Brown's a lovely lady. If you're in the Calpe area, you want to go and get fit, running, doing things like this, go to Amanda Brown's. Fantastic lady. Very positive.
Lovely.
Yes.
Okay, right. So if you look at the middle, so this is a bubble. This is a universe. One universe says it at the top. That's the bubble. So in the centre there,
yeah,
that's called Bhu Mandala.
And you can actually see that. It says Bhu Mandala. Can you see that, guys, in the middle? The blue line.
That's
blue line with
Bhu Mandala.
With the gold writing.
Right.
Yep.
So Bhu Mandala, the universe is 4 billion miles in each direction. That's a perfect circle. 4 billion miles that way, 4 billion miles that way. So the disc across the centre, which is Bhu Mandala, is 4 billion miles.
That's quite a way.
Yeah.
So
our little spot is an 8,000 diameter circle with an ice wall around it.
Okay.
On that 2 billion mile, 2 or 4 billion mile, 4 billion mile
4 billion
disc.
mile. 4
On
billion
that
mile
4
disc.
billion
Okay.
mile disc, right?
Mhm.
So basically, our little 8,000 miles is somewhere near the centre.
Okay.
It's somewhere near the centre.
We are. Just
and
keep going.
according to the Vedic conception, the sun goes around the edge.
Okay.
So the sun's like 2 billion miles away from us.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Brilliant.
And then, so what you've got is you've got lower realms.
Which is the red
I
rings.
I think they're all labelled. And then you've got the hellish realms right at the bottom.
Okay.
So, and according to a lot of the gurus, the grey aliens are actually coming from the lower realms.
Now, a lot of people have seen them, haven't they?
Yeah. And the greys, they haven't got ears.
No, they're just forms, aren't they?
They commute telepathically, probably with electronic implants.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very, very technical. They've got tiny little fingers.
Okay.
And they're great for like keyboards, and they're really, and a lot of our technology has been done in deals with the grey aliens.
Okay.
Since, the last, we've made so much progress with the silicon stuff, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so grey aliens are responsible for this.
So, but they're not spiritual.
No, I didn't think they were.
No, they're like the Borg in Star Trek. They're kind of like a one mass consciousness. They're like ants. Yes. They're like they're like ants. They have an ant type consciousness, and they have a hive mentality.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
The Greys have a hive mentality.
Okay.
And the reason they've been abducting or trying to abduct human beings is so that they can reinvent themselves to be more spiritual, so they can get the spirituality from the humans back into their genes.
So if you're one of the grey aliens, what have you done in life, do you think, to become a grey alien?
I don't know. I could have been a Buddhist.
Sorry, you didn't hear that. Oh dear. Okay.
So no, but to be honest, I'm not joking. They're very. It's the conceptions of they're atheists. Buddhists are atheists. There's. I don't think Buddhists would come back as grey aliens, but
okay.
I don't know. I don't know what you would have had to have done, but. It's not what you would have had to done. It's how you want to live your life. And I guess there's so many people that are so obsessed with electronic gadgets now. A lot of them may well be coming back as grey aliens.
They would have, because they're so involved in it. All they think is microchip stuff.
Yes.
Siri Hasdash says they're called the ant people in some cultures. Actually, now that's interesting, because how many movies are out there been in history about ant people?
Yeah,
it's interesting, isn't it? Because how that reflects. And although you're thinking, this is an ant movie, actually, perhaps these things do connect. There's messages that we can see and understand through this.
And then the stars, what you can see, they're the higher realms.
Okay.
The stars, and it's all indicated there. I'm not very good with names, but the names are all there of the different regions.
Okay. All right. So is there a Hindu astrology?
Yeah. Vedic astrology is Vedic astrology is more about the moon, I think, than it is about the sun. But it's both. But again, I know Shri will definitely have some answers about Vedic astrology. So if you can hit us up with some of your info, Shri, with the Vedic astrology, because I know you were good friends with Badara, that would be fantastic.
Vedic astrology mainly works on the sidereal plane. It doesn't work so much on the tropical or the equal house systems to do with astrology. I do know that.
Okay.
But it doesn't take into account so much information. But it is good. It's very, very good, especially when dealing with health.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Good. Okay. So can we take that one down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So we've got some other pictures here. We got So what's this one here? What's going on there? This looks like
nothing. I just thought it was a really lovely picture of Krishna, so I just put it in there.
Okay. Very lovely. Very lovely. How's that?
Boyish Krishna. You
know,
when he plays in the fields with his friends and plays the flute and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. So Siri Hasdad says, "Hi, yes, the moon does factor in more." Yes, I agree. The moon, relating into the Vedic astrology, it does tell you a lot more about health, and I'm very interested in that because I'm doing astrology and medical stuff at the moment, and but Vedic is my next thing I want to go and work with to connect the two.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Here we go. Yes. Okay. We should have Siri Das on for a chat. Yeah, no problem at all. I mean, if Siri Das would like to come on, and you could actually join us. Actually, if you wanted to come on, that's absolutely fine. Just put the details through there. That would be fine. Anyway, right. Okay. So, what's going on here? Oh, this is it. What's going on there?
Oh, that's a picture of that's a picture of a front cover of Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, but that is Shiva doing his dance of destruction.
Ah, okay.
So my guru Dave had a very, very lovely person called Madhava. He's now a guru now, Madhava Maharaj, that used to look after my guru. He served him intimately for 30 years. But I forgot what I was going to say now. So
okay, you're talking about destruction.
Let's go back to this.
Yes.
So this is Shiva doing his dance of destruction.
And why do we need to do a dance of destruction?
Ah, right. So coming back to... So basically, at the end of creation,
yeah,
Shiva destroys everything. So Shiva does a dance of destruction, and the whole universe is... Once that's come to the end, Shiva does this dance of destruction, and the whole universe is destroyed. But all that's left is Shiva's... It's gone, and the spiritual world's there, but Shiva's abode stays. It stays in the material world, and it just stays in the spiritual world as well. So when the universe is gone, Shiva's abode is still there.
Yes. Okay. Sharita has asked, that's lovely of you to ask. I guess we could talk about that for sure. Yes. Now, what we can actually do, Siri Hasdas, is probably the best thing to go and do is to set you up so we can get you on the show for another date, and we can pre-organise the show to discuss all this. How's that? It's probably the best way to do it. Brilliant. Okay, so looking at this here, and do you think the world has gone through, or the universe has gone through destructions already? Because you talk about like the dinosaur era, although that was possibly a meteorite. I say possibly because it could be something else that hit the Earth and destroyed Earth, and then humankind was evolved from there.
It's a really, really, really long time scale, each creation and destruction. I mean, so basically a day of this is the time scale we're talking about. So a day of Brahma, and Brahma lives for 100 years, is 1,000 sets of kalpas, and each kalpa is about 9 million years.
But we got quite a while then before the world's going to end.
No, we're about 50 years into Brahma's life right now.
Okay. All right.
So yeah,
we got a little while.
We've got a long while. But then you get the sets of yugas. Right? So I can't remember all their names. We're in Kali Yuga at the moment. Then there's a yuga before that, a yuga before that, and a yuga before that. So each yuga, consciousness degrades itself by 25%.
Yes.
So in the original yuga, when we all started out, golden consciousness, everybody was like meditating for 60,000 years, lived for 100,000 years, lived really long lives, golden consciousness. And then the following yuga, it's all reduced by 25%. And then the following yuga, it's reduced by 25%. And they say that to give this symbology is a white ball, and each one of its legs is taken away in each yuga. And now we're in Kali Yuga, we're down to 25% of virtue and good principles. We're kind of really degraded in Kali Yuga now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, there's 1,000 sets of those yugas in one day of Brahma. So really, really, really.
Look, we've got a little while yet.
Yeah.
Good.
And that just goes on perpetually.
Okay. Siri Hasdas says there is a reason why CERN in Switzerland has a dancing civet on the front of their building, but that is another story. Right.
Which you can talk about when he comes on.
You can talk about when he comes on. That is fascinating. Apparently, it's Brahma's lunchtime at the moment. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Brilliant. Okay. Deb says, gosh, this is complicated, but interesting. It is, isn't it? It is, because there's so many segments to it. It's not like you look at a different belief system. This here is got so many levels to it of consciousness and understanding.
Different systems. You've got the Vanashram system within it. I mean, Sri will go into more detail when you have Sri on, because Sri lived in the temple.
Oh wow! That'd be fantastic.
I don't know
Sri.
how many years, but he lived in the temple for a great amount of years. And him and a really good friend of mine used to go to West Ham Football Club collecting, dressed as Hare Krishnas, with all the West Ham footballers, and they used to love them, chucking money at them left, right, and centre.
Oh, that's lovely. It's funny, you don't see it like that, but when you talk to Hare Krishna people, it's lovely. You have a really good down to earth conversation about things, and no one's offended.
Look,
by different
the bottom
belief
line,
systems.
anyone that spends any amount of time with any devotees and Hare Krishnas, if you spend a great deal amount of time, the thing that you'll be most impressed about is we've got a lot of joy.
Yes,
we have a lot of joy. We carry a lot of joy. We are a bunch of joyful people.
Facet is brilliant. Okay, right. Okay, we're coming up to 9:15. Now, have you guys got any questions? Any questions that you would like to ask Jamuna? Then we'll be happy to take your questions there. Have you got anything else? Any other things you bought your bag of different things there along? I think it's fascinating.
No.
Okay. All right. Now let's go and have a look at another one of these pictures that you brought in. I thought this is interesting. And here we have alien identities. Oh yes. Now this is going to
we brushed on that earlier, talking about the Greys coming from the lower realms, and so I just put that in there as a reminder. This book was written by another Hare Krishna, and it's really done It's a really super intelligent guy. Okay. I think
I've heard of him.
It might be him. Or there's another book out called Forbidden Archaeology as well.
Oh, now the producer and Deborah would know a lot about that.
Yeah, so we've already touched on this, but I didn't have Forbidden Archaeology, wasn't on my mind, but it's come up now, so it's obviously something that needs to be spoken about. Now, Forbidden Archaeology is like, he's got pictures of giant bones and gigantic axes, and they found loads of this stuff, and then it all got took into a museum and hidden.
Now that's true though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they found a lot of. It's not just like Area 51 in America where they're saying about aliens and information there. There is a lot of stuff that's been taken, and but it all gets taken straight off mainstream media and things like this. So it's almost like we're not allowed to go and look at this stuff. When really it's there is something out there, and the closer I think this century, I think 2020 especially, has brought on more consciousness. Michael Cremo, Forbidden Archaeology. Yes, Deborah knows. I thought she might.
He's a Hare Krishna.
He's a Hare Krishna as well. But it is interesting. I think this century we're becoming more and more open to the consciousness that aliens are out there. Right, okay. And Forbidden Archaeology was co-written with Michael Cremo. Okay. Fantastic stuff. We're getting loads of great information. This is wonderful. Now, because a lot of philosophy is here, and actually talking to a fabulous lady. She's coming on the show not this Tuesday. Next Tuesday. And she's a young lady, but she's got so much knowledge. She's amazing there. And her name's already Brian, and she was on about 2 weeks ago, and her knowledge is brilliant. And she was asking me about when you go to the spirit worlds and you leave this plane here, what do you think happens? What do you think happens? And I said, well, I think we go up there to learn. There's schools, there's education, there's learning what we do there. And her philosophy is well, we're not necessarily all part of just spirit and the earth. We're also part of other dimensions, other galaxies, other planets, and other systems. And that we're all been brought together. Hence, we talk about Sumerians. So many times we talk about archaeology, Sumerian archaeology, and we talk about different culture. And I think this is. Do you think this is a lot to do with the alien identities as well that Richard is saying?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's if we're on a 4 billion mile disk and we're just occupying 8,000 miles.
Yes.
Can you imagine what life there is all across the rest of the disk?
Because the disc is huge. I mean, whether you look at this as
So
Hinduism,
there's across the disc of Bhumandala. There's so according to the Vedic scriptures, there's 8,400,000 different types of life, and there's 400,000 different types of humanoid.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
spread across the disc.
That's amazing. Because but that's amazing. So, and if you look at people,
so this is ancient knowledge. This is
Yes.
not, this is
Yeah.
not something that I'm making up. I don't
No,
make
no,
anything
no.
up.
No, no, I
It's
think
only, and if I do get anything wrong, it's a genuine mistake. But most of it's accurate.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Agree. I think there's enough evidence that the stuff we've seen on the Earth by different things that happen to the Earth. For instance, you can't just say the pyramids, for example, or some of the things like that are built just by man. Something else intervened.
Possibly, or did we, were we more in control of the elements back in then when they built the pyramids?
We could have
were
been.
people lifting mind? Was they, let's come to the mystic powers, which I said we were going to talk about. Were people
Yes.
moving the stones
Yes.
with their
Yes.
minds?
Now because when you talk to the Aborigines, they would talk about things about the mind, how they communicate through their minds rather than through normal consciousness. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's go and have a look here. Now, Ceres Planet is the Earth Transit Station. We have come from all over the universe. Yes, I agree. Jupiter is the Universe Transit Station. And this is a playground where a lot of us come together. It is like chaos. It's like chaos. There's a rule for one thing that it changes and goes on something else, and a transit station probably is it. It's like yes. Anyway, I could go to all sorts of things about that. Anyway, and this is nice, British Shan. I actually think you have some good people on your show, but this is barking mad. He's hilarious. Well, that's Rina. Thank you so much, because we love having comments like that, and we love having.
Oh yeah, no, I'm happy for that. I mean, there was a 15th century saint, 1486 he was born, called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and
Yes.
he was basically Krishna. He's the golden avatar.
Yes.
He started the Krishna consciousness movement in 1486.
Okay.
And when he wound up his pastimes, when he was ready to finish what he was doing, he sent a message to Nityananda, which was his brother, spiritual brother, or Nityananda sent a message to him saying, from one madman to another, it's time to close the shop. So I'm more than happy to be called a madman for talking about Krishna consciousness and Lord Chaitanya, because it's like, yeah, that's what you are.
I think it'd be immensely boring to be anything else other than to say to try and say you're normal. And I think, as Maria's saying there, I agree. I think you've got to have crazy personalities in your lives, or people you say about. I wouldn't say you're mad. I think that this is barking mad as in funny. But it's hilarious. Now, this is interesting. Debs Harris says, I read the huge stones are moved by vibrations. Now, that is one thing that really is coming to light.
And I was gonna touch on another subject. There's a personality called Narada Muni, and he plays a Veena, and he's a troublemaker. But the trouble that he causes, there's always a story, and it always ends up good for everybody. So
right.
Narada's the one that drops the little messages to people that gets out. He's a stirrer. He's a spiritual stirrer. Narada Muni. Okay. And he has the ability to travel all through the material universe, and he can go to the spiritual universes as well. He can go to both places. Okay. Now, his Veena, when he plays his Veena, the vibrations of his Veena can melt rock.
Yeah.
Yes. The vibrations, sound vibration is the most powerful thing.
I think it is.
Without a doubt. And that's what a mantra is. When we're meditating, when we're doing these mantras, we chant on these beads. So we just basically chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and then move on to the next bead. But you're meditating on the sound vibration. That's what you're meditating on. That sound going into your heart.
It's a huge thing. Now, sound vibration, I think, is massive. Siri Hanidas says, if you're not mad, you're mad. Absolutely. We're all mad. So there you go. We're all that because we're mad. We're normal. If there's such thing as normal.
She grew up where I did in Dagenham, Church, Elm Park, Romford area. So you've got to be mad to grow up around there anyway, to be honest.
It sounds so funny, this, because there were, where was it? Oh yes, they were saying out in Australia, the lady that I was talking to, and her name is Raven. She is saying here that she has an extraordinary group of people who are believe in vampires and things like this, and they do lots of magic and all this. And she's so fascinated. She said, and great. And she says, we all have these meetings. And she suspected there's some amazing place they go meet up. And it's literally down the cafe, down the road. They all go meet up down there to go and discuss.
Yeah, you're expecting to meet at a dark mansion with candles burning and lightning.
It's down the cafe.
All the stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Hilarious. Well, there you go. That's life, as I say. Right. Deb's made a good point about vibration. I don't know why, but Deb has disappeared off the screen at the moment. I think there's an internet issue down there. Yes, we've got loads of comments coming in. Deb's made a good point about vibrations. Unfortunately, we can't see it, but that may come up in a little while. But vibration and different figures of vibration, whether it's music, whether it's and how sometimes when you think about vibration and you go through the Om.
Yeah, well, that's another meditation.
That's a massive meditation. That's the universal language of vibration itself, isn't it? And I've actually sat in a circle with I think it must have been about 30, 40 people, and you had an inner circle, a middle circle, and an outer circle, and you're all chanting the Om, and it wasn't a particularly big room, and the whole place was shaking. Yes, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was a good thing. That cleared the energy. I tell you what, it just clears the energy out of your system, big time. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna have to get you back on again because we have discussed all this.
Are we running out of time? Have I got time for another story?
Go on then, story.
Right. So I did promise that we would talk about love, but we haven't really. So let's talk about lust. Right. So
lust.
Let's have a story about lusty women. Yeah,
there's not many of them around.
No, you're right.
No,
right. Anyway, so this story I'm going to tell you is also a story about mystic powers as well.
Okay.
Right?
Oh right. Okay. Lusty women and mystic powers.
Lusty women, mystic powers, and demon children. But so
what's in the coffee?
So basically, I can't remember the lady's name. Shri will know, but she had a husband and she was really, really lusty, wanted passionate sex. And traditionally, sex for spiritual people is more or less just for making children.
Okay.
Right? So it's not for your own pleasure, but she wanted sex for her pleasure. She wasn't really worried about children. At this time, she wanted sex for her pleasure. So her husband had sex with her. She wasn't satisfied, so he had to expand himself again into another form of himself, so that because he was a mystic, so he was able to do it.
Yes.
Still not satisfied.
So
again, still not satisfied.
This is gutting.
So basically, he ended up having to expand himself 8 times before she was fully satisfied. And from that, we can ascertain that women actually need 9 times as much sex as men do to be fully satisfied.
Is this true, ladies? Is this true?
I think it is. In my experience, I think it
Is
is.
this true? Come on, ladies. Come on, do you need sex 9 times more than men?
Well, they must do, because if we had to have babies, we wouldn't have sex with anyone, would we? Let's be honest.
Hang on, we've got 8 times. The producer's downstairs creasing his I can't understand her not satisfied with her husband. This is hilarious. Okay, but nowadays they got Viagra, is that right? So you don't need to expand yourself 8 times, 9 times.
Well, I guess that does the same thing, doesn't it, really? You're using drugs instead of mystic powers. That's a common thing.
We've got everybody laughing at the moment. This is hilarious. So we've got to just continue on a little bit of this. So mystic powers and emotions and relationships and women wanting more sex than men. I mean, but most men, they say, chemistry-wise, think more about sex than women do.
They do, but we're not talking about thinking about it. We're talking about doing it. And that's a different thing.
We're open to all ideas on this show, ladies. So please just discuss whatever you like. It's safe here. We're
in the safe zone.
We're in the safe zone. Yes, absolutely. How's that? Because you're in the Cafe Clairvoyance. That's it. Yes. Yeah. Okay. This is hilarious. Okay, so anyway, so at the end of it, was she then happy?
Yeah, but because she was lusty during sex, the children was born with a demonic mentality.
Were they?
Yeah. Yeah, they went and did some really bad. This was the story that's the setup of why these guys went on to do some really bad shit.
I tell you, sorry, bad poo.
Yeah,
bad poo.
Bad,
Okay,
bad
okay,
stuff.
okay. Right, maybe. Shanina, you're coming on the show to discuss this. She says maybe he just didn't do it right.
Well, he did in the end.
In the end.
One of these forms did it right, didn't it?
Yeah, he must have
Because
done.
she was satisfied in the end.
In the end. Hopefully it wasn't the wrong end. Anyway.
Oh, Phil.
No. Well, you can take that how you like.
No, I'm not taking it at all.
This is hilarious. This is just too funny. Too funny. Okay, so we have this bit for the last minute here. So, yes. Anything else about this? Because this is interesting because all you women have gone so quiet. You've gone silent. You're not owning up to things. Come on now. Tell us your truth.
Well, they don't want us to know that.
But don't they? Hang on. No. I think you're right. I think you're right. It's true. Yeah. I think we're going to come on and discuss this again in the new year because this is a big subject, isn't it? We discuss love and lust.
Yeah,
and
I mean, we can go on to
Yeah.
the love and the lust. I mean, the reason that Krishna came and he did the pastimes with the gopis, and it was very romantic, and because romance is the highest thing in this world. There's nothing higher than romance. There's nothing more interesting. I mean, how many books are written about romance? Romance is the subject that gets everybody's attention.
Okay.
So when Krishna came and did his pastimes, romance was absolutely the top thing because he wanted everybody to focus on these pastimes.
Okay. I love this one. Deb Harris says it's so difficult to find someone who ticks all the boxes. Well, you got to. Well, I understand, Debs, and it's nice to know that one of you've come forwards and with your little reindeer horns on there. So I think you're in the festive mood here. So I think that's hilarious. So okay, that's cool. So with romance and lust, do the two go together?
Not really.
Don't know.
No, because lust is about wanting pleasure for yourself, and love is about giving pleasure to others. In my
romance,
just my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's just like
is there a bit in between where you connect two?
That's a bit of a funny question. There's well, of course there's there's a transitional stage.
We've got to discover the transitional stage
where you're going from being a lusty person to a loving person.
Lusty love, love and lust. Okay, well it's been
so the word in Sanskrit is the same, Kama, which means love and lust.
Love and lust.
Yeah, so it's the same word.
Kama, not karma, but kama.
Kama, yeah, it's the same word.
Yeah. Now that's interesting because when I used to work in a correctional facility, one of the guys, you say kama. Right. Okay. Right. Shanina is being very rational, far too rational. I don't believe this. She says women like men are very different. There are all kinds of people, desires and needs. No. That is you just covering up. There's you just covering up there. I think that's you just covering up.
We are. No, everybody's individual. I mean, not all women. Some women don't even like sex, so not all women need 9 times more sex. But I mean, these are kind of like general rules. It's like women can get pregnant and have babies, and men can't. It doesn't matter how much you think you can get pregnant as a man, you actually can't. So there's certain rules for men that are natural, and certain rules for women that are natural, and these apparently are their natural rhythms and instincts.
Oh, okay. Rhythms and instincts. So we've got rhythms and instincts. This is all in. This is amazing. Yeah.
I'm really gonna have to think of the next show.
Okay,
I've let a lot
you
of
got
good
me
stuff
8
here.
times before lunch. For me, it's true. Oh my good God. And Tonya
Who
goes,
said that?
oh.
Who said 8 times before lunch?
Shanina. You lusty woman. Lusty woman. There you are. Your poor partner there has got to split himself. Was he got to not split himself? He's got to divide himself. Expand himself 8 times. Poor man. Poor man. Anyway, there you go. Okay, I'll ask your husband there how he does it. I'll ask Neil how that happens and what's his. He will get his experience.
I'm sure he's quite happy about it.
Says him with man bun, man. We call him Top Knot Joe. Oh, dear. Sex 100%. Sex 100. That sounds like that band, isn't it? What's it? There's something in 100. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I even forget what I was going to say. Oh, yes. Kama, K-A-M-A.
Yeah.
There was a guy in a correctional facility, and he was in there because he took the blueprint of Viagra and copied it, just put in a couple more ingredients and called it Camagra, and copied the Kama. So it was the last bit.
Yeah.
So, but it was half the price. Yes. I don't think you needed. You maybe he didn't have a top knot though.
Oh, this top knot comes in right handy sometimes, especially in the height of passion.
Don't tell me in the height of passion you hear. That is the height of passion. Or the other one we've got here is like for the booty call, you get this. That could be passion. Could be. So you're calling. Anyway, on that, I think we need to wind this down.
Yeah,
but this has been hilarious.
It's been great fun. I've really enjoyed myself.
So this is all about
and as well, I can't believe it was the Christmas special. I said to the guys at home, some of you may have seen Maggie that was on here, and
she's on last week.
Has Walter been on or not? No. Okay, no. So you see Maggie. Well, Maggie and her boyfriend Walter and a couple of other people. We all live together. It's great. It's really, really, really good fun. I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Yeah. But you were going to say that. Oh yes, we're going to do this again and then come back on again and talk about this. And I was saying about your knot on the top.
Yeah, no, I can't remember now. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Okay, us neither. They can't remember what we're on about either.
No, so, we're tired now. It's getting to.
We need to.
Oh, the Christmas special.
Oh yes.
So I said to Maggie and that, I said they haven't said whether it's Christmas special. I said, but when I get on, I'm going to say to Phil. Deborah said I'm doing the Christmas special. Is that right? But when I come on, Phil said it was the Christmas special.
Well, did I say?
Yeah, you said, we're doing this Christmas special.
So
I'm really happy to have done the Christmas special.
Now,
and a very Merry Krishna and a Harry New Year.
Harry New Year. Oh, isn't that lovely? Now, just before you go, guys, don't go just yet because I've got to play you this because this is absolutely brilliant. This is from the producer who, this is the musical producer, does all production for the music on our shows. His name is Sammy Hammy. Now, there's going to be something coming up next week, which I think you'll really enjoy because he's going to produce the music for it. And let's have a look at this.
Hi, I'm Sammy Hammy. I'm the musical director for Cafe Clairvoyance. And I've also been on the show. Wishing everybody a magical Christmas time and a wonderful New Year.
Isn't that fantastic? That's Sammy. Sammy, I've got to say to you, man, this is a big, huge round of applause from us here. Massive one, because you are amazing. Yes, Helen Graham says, certainly different tonight. Yes, we've learned a lot of things. Yes, we're going off for a nice cup of tea, a bit of cake. And do you need to expand tonight?
I haven't had to expand for a long time.
Haven't you?
No.
Do you know how to do it?
Well, no, because do you know what? I'm a Hare Krishna, right? So celibacy is kind of our thing, is our default setting anyway. So we don't kind of go out and try and sleep with people. Well, some of them do.
Yes.
But
Yes.
personally, I don't. So I'm not really worried. No, we won't.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's been absolutely fabulous having you on again, and I think we need to do another show at some point to discuss more these principles of. We got that transition line, especially.
There's a lot of stuff There's always loads of stuff to talk about with this,
and I think we have to get Sri Hari Das on, and we need to obviously, I think, go and chat to. I'll just go and find him here. The other guy, Madhuvrat. Yeah.
I think maybe what you should do is maybe I come in and we can have those two on the screen. So there's like 4 of us. Can you do that or not?
I can do. No. We've got the technology. How's that, guys? Would you like that? So would you go and do that? Yes, I think it's great fun.
I think it'd be really good. They're a good laugh. Both the lads were real good fun. So it'll be even more hilarious.
I think it will be absolutely hilarious. Guys, thank you so much, Joyce. We've had a brilliant show, brilliant time, and thank you for joining us. And we wish you a great evening. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock EU time, 10 a.m. UK, and also on Friday. But we'll see you very soon. But from us to you, Jamuna, thank you very, very much for coming in, and we'll see you.
Hare Krishna, blessings.
Hare Krishna and blessings. Fantastic.
Right
okay.
Here.
Guys, see you soon. Have a great evening. For myself and Deborah, the producer, thank you for watching the show. We have so enjoyed it. We laughed so much. And what is life all about? It is for laughing. No matter what the subject matter is, if we can laugh, we're having a great time and we are happy. Hare Krishna to you all. Happy Christmas to you.